What's up, everybody? Today I'm going to be talking about some bass strings and changing bass strings maybe more often than you think you should or maybe have been. I've been changing strings more often lately and just appreciating having a fresh set of strings on. So I've got two different strings here. What I have been using and something I'm going to try that's new for me. It's not so much a comparison between the two strings as just more like the comparison from the strings that I have on there. They've been on there several hours of playing to a brand new set of strings. So what I have been using and what's on my bass currently is the Ernie Ball Super Slinky Pink Pack bass strings. Pretty great, 20 bucks, not bad for a set of strings. But today, for the first time, I'm gonna try something new, the NYXL strings. They're supposedly higher quality, supposedly last longer. I don't know. Maybe not as bright as the Super Slinkies that I have been using, but I'm not sure. I know as soon as I put on a new pack and I play with those, at first I'm like, oh yes, this is the way it should be. I think unless you're trying to go for that like old time kind of like Motown kind of thuddy, boom, 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 like really low end playing with your fingers. I mean, I play with a pick and like a little bit of a brighter sound most of the time. So anyway, I've also got my handy little cutter things, string cutters. So maybe I'll show you what I got and then we'll get to work, all right? Okay, so this is the bass here that I'm gonna be changing the strings on. Like I said, it has the Ernie Ball Pink Pack Super Slinkies on there right now with several hours of use. But I just love this bass. I know it's just a Squire, but it's for a $500 bass. It's awesome. It's lightweight. I love it. It's fun to play. It sounds good. I love the neck. I love the inlays on the fretboard. Just also the color, maybe like the varnish on the neck. Just super, super awesome. Love the color too. So anyway, that is the bass. Gonna be changing them on, changing the strings. And then this is the little practice amp, the Rumble 100. It's been a great little practice amp and gets the job done for just, you know, at-home practice, right? All right, here we go. Just wanted to play a little bit of the bass the way it is with the older Ernie Ball Super Slinkies on there. So it sounds good. It sounds nice. I was just practicing the other night and I feel like they're getting a little bit more dead, a little bit more low end. I want to hear the higher brightness on it. So definitely could keep playing on this bass the way it is. However, I wanted to try something new on there, the NYXLs. So let's go ahead and pop them open. Okay, so just changed the low E string, right? So tuned it up here. Already can hear more overtones, more higher end, right? So, whoops, that's the E string, right? Now the A string, okay. And then the other strings just sound more muted, especially when you can compare the new E string to the open A string. Just has a different tone. So some people might prefer this depending on what you're doing. You know, if you're playing with your fingers, might be a little different, but still the brighter sound. More apparent if you use a pick. Okay, just finished changing the second string, the A string, and tune it up a little bit here. I find that changing the bass strings, it stays in tune pretty quickly. So, those are the two strings that are new so far, and then it just sounds kind of dead, right? And I really didn't play these strings that much. I mean, several hours, but not like more than 10 hours of playing or something. It was like maybe 5 hours of playing, maybe just having my hands on it, practicing and playing. Yeah, I don't know. Especially when you just compare the open strings for the most amount of ring and just resonance. The new E string, A string sound nice and full, and then you know the D string, the old string, just sounds kind of flat, kind of dead, not a lot of high end. So I'm gonna change the other two real quick, and we'll see you back. All right, so just changed the other two strings, so they're all the new set. Just finishing tuning this up here. All right, so let's go over all the strings here. We got the E. Okay, pretty well in tune. A. D. And G. Okay. Yeah, the bass just feels more alive, like more excited, more, you hear overtones that you don't hear when the strings are kind of dull, and it just rings more, resonates longer, just fuller sound overall. So I think when I'm just practicing by myself, I don't really care necessarily about having a new set of strings, or if I'm going to like a rehearsal or something. But if I'm going to be like playing more of like a performance type situation, I like to have a fresh set of strings on there. So I like to have a couple packs on hand just in case I need to throw a new pair on there. I don't have to like run and get some or wait for some to get shipped to the house. But anyway, loving the bass so far. Anyway, it sounds sweet, so I'm ready to go play. One more thing, shout out to this tuner. It's the Korg guitar and bass chromatic tuner. What is that? GT12? I've had this thing for a long time, but it's great, especially if you have like an acoustic instrument, like an acoustic guitar or something. It has some dials for different tunings, or ukulele or bass, or I use it for other instruments, acoustic instruments, since it has a microphone setting on there. So it's great. I love this tuner, had it a long time. Super helpful for changing strings. So yeah. Thanks for watching, you guys. Like for the YouTube algorithm. Subscribe to my channel for more content, maybe like this, maybe not, that I might decide to post in the future. But yeah, just thinking in general, this wasn't so much a comparison video of the two different types of strings, but more just like having new strings on your instrument, how much of a difference that can be. I think a lot of people, when it comes to the bass, they sort of like, oh, have the strings on there forever and then never change their strings enough, and then they're missing out so much on what the tone can be. I honestly think like an okay instrument with new set of strings is way better than like any instrument that's just the strings are dead. I mean, to an extent, that's true. I think that goes for any stringed instrument really, but I've just noticed a lot with my bass. Anytime I put a new pack of strings on there, it's like totally different experience playing it and how it sounds. And yeah, so like, subscribe. Thanks for watching. All right, peace.